In this video, I want to share some thoughts on how we can focus on our commonalities over our differences. This has long been a topic of interest for me, and it's becoming more and more pertinent these days because social media algorithms and the media and things of that nature in our political parties seem to be dividing us more up into camps of people who believe differently from one another, and we can't seem to find common ground. This has been a problem so much so that about, I think it was 2012 when I published this book, Be Yourself, Evolving the World Through Personal Empowerment. And in one of the chapters in that book, I encouraged people to find ways in which they are alike, because the more we tend to put energy on finding similarities between ourselves and others, the more we're going to grow that in our lives. That is, it's a new thought adage that whatever we focus on is what we grow. And so we want to grow looking at the ways that we're alike rather than focusing on the ways that we're different. So I thought I might read from the book from 2012 in terms of a brief list of human common characteristics. At that time, I sat down and I shared some of the thoughts that I had and then built it off into a model of looking at Maslow's hierarchy of needs to show how we all have the same needs and go through the same sort of levels of development. But in this particular list, I want to just share some things, and you think about these as you're interacting with people who seem to be different from you. Focus on these things, that we all have the same basic physical structure, that we all have the same physiological needs for water, air, and food. We all have the same need to eliminate bodily waste. We all have the desire for love and friendship. We all have a physiological need for sex. We all have the need for periodic sleep, including deep sleep where we dream. We all had parents. We all have inherited tendencies from our parents. We all have DNA. We all have a desire for comfort, to maximize pleasure and to minimize pain. We all have a desire to be viewed as competent. We all want to be seen as physically attractive. We all want the best for our children and grandchildren. We all want to have a level of wealth that provides for our needs. We all want new and entertaining experiences. We all want to be healthy and physically fit. We all want to eat tasty food. We all tend to identify ourselves with a group or groups, be it through ethnicity, nationality, religion, occupation, or some other common denominator. We all have a desire to understand how life works and its greater meaning. And I could go on with that list, and you could create your own list. In fact, I encourage you to do that and sit down and take some of the ideas I shared with you and create a list of your own about ways in which we humans are alike. I think it's helpful for me when I see somebody who's acting differently or believing differently to understand that below this surface disagreement that we're having, there is a wealth of ways in which we are alike. We can focus on those few differences and allow that to drive our relationship with other people. Or we can focus on our commonalities and give energy and meaning to the depth of ways that we are alike. And if we can anchor our consciousness into that, then we can turn to our differences and solve them without the emotional charge that divisiveness brings to it. In any case, focus on the ways that you're alike with other people. Try that as a spiritual practice and see if it doesn't break down some of the barriers you have with other people and bring a sense of peace, calm, and love to your life and to others. I hope this has been beneficial. Thank you.